Hi, and welcome to the smallest week of releases that 2022 hopefully has to offer. It's a fifth Wednesday in the month, which means all of the major publishers and most of the minor publishers basically don't have anything to release because everything's kind of on a 4-week cycle. So, boy, the shelves are pretty empty. And hey, have you seen our pop vinyls that we have for Christmas that came out a few weeks ago that you could buy this week because not a lot of comics to buy. That said, we did find a few things that we want to talk about, myself and Molly Jane. Molly, what do you got?
Well, first off, I'm going to highlight a graphic novel. This is by Andy Watson and Simon Gain. They have worked together before on a book that was recently republished by Image called Paris. That's a similar concept, and Simon Gain has done the art on They're Not Like Us, which was an Image series that I really enjoyed like 10-ish years ago, and another one called Ghost Tree came out from IDW. But this is just like a young adulty teen romance. The main character goes to Greece with family friends for a vacation, and if you're feeling like the winter is starting to come down on you, you can flip through this book and just be swathed in the blues of the Aegean. It's very pretty.
Not the Ionian.
Right, not the Ionian. It's a very cool read, and this is a new story by them. They worked together before. And I'll do another one because you've only got a couple. So
You don't know how many I've got. Fine, go ahead.
next, I want to highlight this Superman Callow Returns special. It's got a whole bunch of stuff in it, but I just want to mainly highlight the first story in it that Mark Waid writes. It's pretty much another World's Finest story of him writing Batman and Superman, and it is so good. So good. Now,
For the first of several recommendations, Nightwing Annual. As I said, this is a fifth Wednesday of the month, which means DC is mostly filling out their roster with annuals, one-shots, specials. The Nightwing one is one you don't want to miss. While it isn't by Bruno Redondo, it is still written by Tom Taylor for the main story, and it reveals who the Heartless villain that's been making their way through the book is, what that character's deal is, how that character's connected to Dick Grayson. Crucial issue, don't want to miss it. And honestly, I found it really entertaining. There's a kind of classic-y Tom Taylor take on who the character is and what that character's supporting cast is like that was very, very fun to read.
Now, since there aren't a lot of number ones this week, I'm highlighting some number twos that are coming out.
Who's laughing at that?
In case you missed them, they're both from Boom, and we've got BRIAR number 2 here, which is a little late coming out. And then we've got Damn Them All number 2. These were both dynamite stories, and if you happened to miss the first issue, we still got copies of the first issue of both of these, and you can hop on with that and then get this one too.
For the record, they're not dynamite stories, they're Boom stories. I see the confusion. Speaking of twos, Double Trouble. It's the new team-up book. Guru Hiro doing the art. The writing is Mariko Tamaki and Vita Ayala teaming up to write this very fun all-ages story of Peter Parker and Miles Morales trying to work together on Miles' education as a superhero and Peter's just general terribleness as a mentor.
It's incredibly cute.
It's very fun. It's definitely a follow-on from the recent Spider-Man Venom Double Trouble that was done, so we recommend picking that up. Hey, you've got some extra money this week because of how few comics there are. We have it in our all-ages section. We'll show you where it's at.
There's a tiny cameo from Venom in this book at the beginning.
There is. Again, continuity-wise, it follows on from the previous story, so it'll help a little bit to read that. Patrick, question.
Are there any land sharks in there?
I did not find one, unfortunately. There might have been a hidden one that I just wasn't seeing. Now I'm going to reread this and find out. Molly, you can go next.
All right. My last pick is Nubia and the Justice League Special. If you've been reading the Wonder Woman comics, you know that they have been bringing Nubia into much greater prominence nowadays, and this is actually her 50th anniversary as a character. And this is just a really fun story that the front part is written by Becky Cloonan and Michael Conrad, and it's just Nubia getting acquainted with the Justice League, some really fun interactions between her and, like, Black Adam and Martian Manhunter. It was really enjoyable. And the backup takes place in Chicago, but the geography, you should take a look at the geography when you read it. It's interesting.
We also have a facsimile edition of Nubia's first appearance from a week or so ago from a previous Wonder Woman comic.
Yes.
Many, many years ago.
And now we have a book that I believe Patrick would like to highlight. It is our Challenger's Choice this week.
It's plush, and there are a bunch of different covers. It is by the creative team of both plastic and vinyl, so you know it's pretty messed up in the head, and where Plastic was about a romance between a very skilled, let's say hitman, and a sex doll, and Vinyl was, oh man, just serial killers run wild. Plush is about cannibalistic furries at a mascot convention, and it is not for kids, but I love it. Those guys are great. And it all takes place in the same world, but they don't necessarily cross over.
Is it called the Fabric Verse?
Is vinyl a fabric?
Yeah.
Plastic?
Vinyl pants. Maybe not plastic.
Any Land Shark updates?
No, Jeff. I'm going to assume that you guys are all done. Thanks, everybody, for watching the video. Please come in and get some books. There's hopefully at least one thing for you, even on a week this small, and hopefully it's going to be one you're going to enjoy. Thanks for watching.
And keep reading comics.